Let's look at the currencies and commodities. These are very interesting combination, isn't it? Oil price $72, that is on the US crude per barrel. Brent nearly 75, so $3 difference. If you look at percentage term, 52% up when it comes to US crude year to date. Brent almost 50%, I should say, 49.31%. Natural gas quoting at 3.747 MMBTU, that's around 25% year to date up. Oil price is higher in the back of, if you look at the oscillations, it's also maintaining a positive tone as investors no longer expect the Omicron coronavirus variant to derail global economic growth. People are fearing about it, not anymore. The market expects the supply will exceed the demand by early 2022 due to rising US production and ongoing supply addition from Middle East. Ultimately, this is going to be a major opportunity. White House and Tehran have restarted talks over Iran's nuclear programs, but an agreement to revive the 215 deal that limited Iran's nuclear development is still far off, and Western officials have voiced dismay at sweeping Iranian demands. Tension between Western powers and Russia over Ukraine also remain high. That's another issue. After US President warned the Russian President on Tuesday that the West would impose strong economic and other measures. That's a major development, isn't it? So, on the one hand, the White House and Tehran have restarted talks on the nuclear program. But the agreement to revive that limited nuclear development is still far. You have to renegotiate. The demands which comes from Iranians are absolutely not in order. Now, that's the Western opinion, but Iran has their way of thinking as well. Natural gas prices' latest drop came after the release of updated government weather forecast projecting a warmer than expected winter. The prices for natural gas traded on the futures markets are now back down to levels that prevailed last summer. Let's look at gold, precious metals. Now, year to date, it's a drop by 6%. Now it's quoting around 1782. Dollar is strengthening. Nobody going for gold futures. And silver is quoting around $22.2 per ounce. That is also down by almost 16%. Gold and silver are awaiting Fed tapering. So tapering is now real. Weakened due to tapering and strong dollars, I should say that. Industrial metals are picked up heavily. Copper is around $9,652 per ton. It more than 25% year to date. Aluminium is quoting around $2,627 per ton. It's up by more than 33%. Nickel is quoting around $20,230 per ton and has surged more than 22%. Copper has shifted into a fundamental deficit because of strong Chinese consumption growth, which comes on top of disruptions to copper mine production, contributing to surge this year. Aluminium price touched nearly $3,000 a ton for the first time since 2008 in September 2021, and restrictions on output in China, the biggest producer, fuel fears that supply will run short. However, fell recently on tepid demand. Taper is going to be another issue which we have to see how the commodity industrial metals, but otherwise everyone is on song when it comes to commodity futures. And nickel prices, which have surged recently, it just taken a bit of a dent of late, fallen demand. Agricultural commodities, same story. Corn, 5.85 per bushel and is up by more than 33%. Wheat, again, $7.8 per bushel, surged more than 21%. Soybean, 12.55 bushel and surged by more than 13%. Corn prices surged recently, raised demand expectation for the commodity. Wheat prices, which have surged fall recently on expectation of higher global stockpiles. Soybean prices recently down as near-term demand outlook weak. When it comes to cocoa, it is at 2424, which is down by more than 200%. Cocoa prices fell on account of the excess supplies forecast. Coffee, 242 per pound, and has surged by more than 77% year to date. Coffee surged by, boosted by improving demand and supply concern. Supply also has been, on the one hand, demand is there, and supply is also still a concern in Brazil because of the heavy downpours in Brazil. Sugar is quoting at 19.71 per ton, that's pound. The surge by more than 38%. Sugar climbs on signs of good demand. So coffee is also moving up. Sugar is also moving up. 38% sugar, 77% coffee. It's all happening. When it comes to dollar index, it is quoting at 96.12, surged by nearly 7%, 6.8% I should say, year to date. Dollar index high as Fed begins tapering. How the advanced economies' currencies have performed: Euro 1.13, it weakened by more than 7% year to date. Euro fallen in relation to dollar demand. The pound is at 1.33132 I should say, by end of last week, and is fallen by 3.5% year to date. Dollar is strengthening, the rest of them are all falling. Euro 7%, pound 300%, yen quoting at 113, weakened nearly 10% year to date. The Swiss franc again 4%, is quoting at 0.92 against dollar. All the currencies weaken against US dollar. When it comes to emerging markets, Indian rupee, now it's over 75, it's 75.5. It's in fact, it's going to touch 76 in the next few days against dollar, and it's my forecast after all, and it's fallen by nearly 300% year to date. South African rand was at 15.81 against dollar and has fallen by 7.6%. When it comes to Brazil real, that's 5.53 against dollar, weakened by nearly 6.5% against dollar. Russian ruble, 73.67, and it has strengthened close to 1% year to date due to surge in oil prices. Chinese yuan quoting at 6.35 and strengthened by nearly 2.8%. So that's the way it is going, the currency emerging markets. So all actions are there in the financial market space, and it remains to be seen where there is a stability in the frame. It all depends on how the monetary policy and allied fiscal policy coming in the coming days.